Let's get green, baby. Let's get green. Let's get green right now. Yeah. Fantano saved my life. That's what I like to hear. Iceman Drizzy Drake. That's what I like to hear. We are about to do a green albums bracket pulled together by the wonderful people over at our Patreon page. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for the Patreon people. Thank you very much for the Discord community. There's no other stipulation behind choosing these albums other than green. They just have to be green or green-ish, green mostly covers. There were some albums that Austen, in her wisdom, sort of looked at that were suggested by the community that were like, you know, this is not green enough. What we have coming up first is a personal favorite of mine. They Might Be Giants with their classic album Flood, which I love. Love that one. That's a great one. And a more recent internet favorite for a lot of music fans, that would be Fishman's Long Season. Japanese, forward-thinking, envelope-pushing music outfit, Fishman's, or will it be the nerd rock supremacists? They Might Be Giants. I don't know. We're going to do They Might Be Giants 1, Fishman's 2. I know I myself, I prefer They Might Be Giants by a mile and a half, but there typically is a lot of love for Fishman's in my chat, in the comments of my YouTube videos. Fishman's fans are showing up. They've come to fish. Ooh, is the fish gonna win just by a smidge? Oh no, They Might Be Giants are getting put in the mud in round 1. I do want to maintain some kind of veto power at least like 2 times, but I will not be able to use that veto power in like the last head to head. Long Season, not a bad album. It's actually not a bad album at all. I sort of can see the hype behind it. It's not a personal favorite of mine, but all right, next, this should be a very interesting one, attracting 2 very different crowds, I would say. We are doing Yes is Close to the Edge, amazing progressive rock record, and Brat from Charlie XCX. I have no idea how this could go. You know, you guys know my feelings on Brat. I don't need to reiterate them here. But, you know, Yes is Close to the Edge is, you know, about as close to perfection in the progressive rock world as you can get. I would be kind of sad to see one beat out the other completely, you know, with no controversy whatsoever. Oh my God, with 51.5%, it's the Bradalino. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna, it's not even the right green. Nick Drake, 5 Leaves Left. Nick Drake, beloved singer-songwriter, maybe not his most beloved album, but I mean, a green album. And that's the stipulation. It's got to be a green freaking album. And Stereolab's Dots and Loops. Dots and Loops is considered by many to be their best album. So I think this is going to be a tough one for Nick, but the folk heads could be working in strong numbers in chat. We're just going to see. Again, Nick is 1, Stereo is 2. Okay. It's Stereolab. It's very brutally Stereolab. This next one should also be a no-brainer. Ege Bamyasa from Can and Weezer's Green album. I mean, I don't know. You know, maybe the alt-rock heads will be in chat going crazy. I don't think Green is anywhere near one of Weezer's best, but Bamyasa is definitely one of Can's best for sure. And Green is not one of their worst records. I mean, a lot of people see it as a part of Weezer's golden age. So, you know, maybe even if, you know, Bamyasa is like kind of the peak of krautrock and seen by many to be one of the best moments of Can's career, maybe Weezer will pull through. Oh, it's getting tighter. The Weezer fans are coming through. They're like, wait a second, hold on. This Can stuff is bullshit. All I need is Rivers Cuomo singing in my ear. Happy, sweet, fun melodies. I don't care about this experimental nonsense. I don't care about my vitamin C. This should be cool. What we have coming up next, Hiroshi Yoshimura's Green, which I will admit, I don't know much about that album. I've not heard that album. I'll plead ignorance on that. But then we have Mort Garson's Plantasia, which is a beloved electronic project. Very fun sort of concept behind that album, which I scored a copy of that on vinyl from my friend Annie. Meditate to it. It sounds like that kind of album. I think it's a proper, given the genre background of both of these albums, I think it's a proper head to head, you know, in terms of like the appeal of each record respectively. I think, you know, I will have to give this album a listen after this. How are these seeded randomly? Hey, so seeded? Plantasia? I know Austen seeded it. And look, I trusted Austen to do a good job. And as far as I could see, a good job was done. So looks like there's a decent contingent of Hiroshi heads in the chat though. And look, I'm not seeing as many votes as we've seen in the past couple of polls. Maybe there's a lot of people in chat who've heard neither record. It looks like it's going to Mort though. Next, it looks like we've got, are these seeded randomly? I feel like we're going head to head on similar looking covers over here now. We've got, what looks like Candy Claus. Yes, Candy Claus, Sirius and Calypso in the Deep Time against Porter Robinson's Nurture. Not only a head-to-head on two albums that are green, but two albums that look similar. Let's let her rip. I'll say personally, I prefer the Porter record. Not by a lot. I think the Candy Claus album is very fun and very fuzzy and very colorful, has a nice kind of shoegazy appeal to it, but so does the Porter album. It's interesting. I feel like when we did the Pitchfork poll, there were so many more of these that were just like total fucking blowouts. All right, next. Interesting. We have Queen's News of the World, which has a lot of good songs on it. Queen's News of the World with Modest Mouse, good news for people who love bad news, which is not my favorite Modest Mouse, but it's their poppiest record, has Float On it. Their most biggest mainstream successfulest album. I have a feeling who will win. If I'm right, I'm going to freak. If I'm wrong, I'm going to show it to the screen either way, and I'm going to scream if I'm wrong. I don't think there's any, I don't think there's any coming back from that. Hey, what did I write there? Hey, Mouse. Yeah, I don't think that Queen album is bad. It's not, I like Sheer Heart Attack a little bit more. Night at the Opera. It's not a bad album for sure. This isn't really my favorite Modest Mouse album either. It's a very good one though. It's a very good one. I mean, I like it more than some records that people tend to hype up, like Moon in Antarctica, which I know is really like Modest Mouse blasphemy. Like you shouldn't be allowed to like Modest Mouse if you say that shit. But I'm saying it, and it's how I feel. I mean, I love Lonesome Crowded West. I love their debut. I just don't think Moon in Antarctica does too much for me. It's a fine record, and it's definitely better than their last couple of albums. But I digress. Last head-to-head on the left side before we kind of start getting into the other sections of the left side and really kind of finishing it out. We have Sonic Youth's Daydream Nation and Commons Like Water for Chocolate, a Chicago hip-hop game-changing classic versus what is handily the most popular Sonic Youth album, sort of like the noise rock album du jour, even though they do have much noisier records. Bit of a slacker rock classic. Personally, I would probably prefer the Common record, but I have a feeling it's going to go to Sonic Youth. With this chat here. Poor Common. Yeah, exactly. Everyone who liked that hates Nardwuar. We have Fishmans versus Charlie XCX. Brad, so ass? Well, if you think Brad is ass, prove it. Get your ass in the chat and vote against it. Seems the Anthony Fantano 10 means nothing to you people. I really need to call that PR firm and be like, hey, can you guys like psyop everybody into agreeing with what I say? Okay, we're having a European head-to-head. Personally, I think I prefer Can, but both are very good albums. Two of the best albums from these two very cutting-edge groups. And again, while I do prefer the Can, it's not by too much. And I could see a lot of people thinking that the Stereolab album is a lot more fun of a listen in comparison with the way that the band incorporates elements of like pop and jazz and so on and so forth. And I'm ending it. Okay, goes to Can. Is it going to be Mort or is it going to be Port? I think I would probably rather listen to the Porter Robinson album in most cases. It makes your plants grow. What more do you want? True. Chat makes a fair point. I mean, once the apocalypse comes and you need your plants to grow because you're doing all this homesteading farming because you're going to starve to death if you don't. Who are you going to come crawling back to? Is it going to be Porter Robinson? No, he's face down in a fucking field asleep. It's going to be Mort. It's going to be Plant Asia you're coming back to. Which indie band ran the most, the more effective psyop? Is it going to be Modest Mouse at number 1? Or Sonic Youth at number 2. Modest Mouse is holding it the fuck down. What is going on? This is not what I predicted at all. Again, my preference is probably Good News, but I do think we, sort of like committed a bit of alternative rock blasphemy here. I think we've committed a sin as a collective of people. There's definitely, you know, some people who might attack us as a result of this. But you know what? Common is laughing. He's like, F you, Thurston Moore. Now, Common would never say that. He's a nice man. I love both of these albums of Death. You know, it's not really one out in front of the other in a clear way for me. I think they're both amazing records. It would seem so far Chad is bumping that. This head-to-head doesn't feel the best. This is not the best feeling head-to-head. I don't know which one I would pick here either. Maybe the Porter, just because I feel like it's a little bit more of an immersive experience, but Mouse is 2. I apologize, I put Bart instead of Brat, but still, Brat is 1. Personally, I think I prefer Bart, and it would seem chat mostly feels the same way. Okay, there we go. Damn. Starting at the right side, top right. Kendrick Lamar, Untitled Unmastered, which is a Green-esque record, and Death Grips' Ex-Military. I think I would go for Ex-Military in this instance. I think chat will too, but maybe I'm wrong. Is the Death Grips fandom dying? Post onto the internet that you're a gripper to prove that the Death Grips fandom is not dying. Okay, all right, it's over. It's done. I think that was the most brutal, consistently brutal split so far. Another interesting seed from a similar era, we have John Lennon, Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band, and Pet Sounds. I'm going to put Pest Sounds. And now we are getting an even more brutal head-to-head. Okay, holy shit, it is literally 6% to 93 fucking percent. Okay, I'm just, do I even need to let this go to 30 seconds? What's the next seed? Jesus fucking Christ. Shout out to the Patreon community. Shout out to the Discord. The next head-to-head, if you cannot see it, is Silverchair's Frog Stomp, and also Drake and Josh, songs from and inspired by the TV show. If Silverchair does not win this, I will be using my veto powers. Okay, Silverchair wins. This is why you guys got to join the Patreon community, because they help decide these, and we're gonna be using them to decide more of these brackets. Typo Negative, World Coming Down, and Big Black's songs about fucking, a very heavy head-to-head, which is cool. Typo holding strong. Wow, dominating. I thought Big Black would run away with it. I didn't know there was so many Typo fans in my audience. Maybe I need to do a classic review. I don't know. I'm not, even though I'm more of a fan of the songs about fucking, I don't know if I'm mad about Typo winning. This next head-to-head should be interesting. We have Gorilla's debut against Fiona Apple, one of her weaker records, but even in just okay Fiona album is still pretty fantastic. And Extraordinary Machine, in her defense, the Gorilla's debut, I mean, depending on who you are, is not their best album either. You know, there's some great classic tracks on it, but I think a lot of people would argue Demon Days is better. Plastic Beach is better. Apparently some people in chat feel like that is Gorilla's best album. I think I prefer the Gorilla's album, but I feel like I would be pissed if this was not close. Isis Oceanic against Quedeca's I Didn't Mean to Haunt You, which is actually an insane head-to-head. I cannot imagine a head-to-head that between two artists could be more disconnected, less common ground. I mean, that is a classic post-metal record, but Quedeca has always had a very strong contingent of fans in my viewership. So, and it is a more recent album. I think there's maybe a lot more people who have heard I Didn't Mean to Haunt You as opposed to Oceanic, but maybe I'm wrong. Noticing the unique voters is a little low. Maybe not everybody has heard this record, so they're not jumping in, which is fine, is fair. You know, you don't want to just vote based on vibes. Quedeca got it. All right, just a couple more head-to-heads on this side. We have Eric B. and Rakim. And Scissors Control. Okay, it is down here. Scissors Control is in the mix. Sorry, it was just very tiny there. I didn't notice it. And I didn't look at all the seeds beforehand. So SZA is here. I just think SZA would have been a more appropriate head-to-head with Drake and Josh. This is a tough head-to-head, actually. This is actually kind of a terrible head-to-head, because these are both great albums that I think could have used a bit more, could have gone at least a couple rounds, you know, if not for Drake and Josh going up against fucking Silverchair. What the fuck? Eric B. and Rakim is number one. Paid in Full. Amazing album. One of the best hip-hop records of all time, one of the best New York hip-hop records of all time, pioneering album, amazing flows on it for its time. But Control, modern R&B game changer. Where are we gonna go from here? You know, after Common got X'd out, it was sad to not see a classic rap album in the mix, so I'm glad to see that one. Neutral Milk Hotel going against Pink Floyd in the Aeroplane Over the Sea versus A Saucer Full of Secrets. Not my favorite Floyd, if you guys remember from the Pink Floyd Worst to Best that I finally did. I know there's some big Floyd fans in the audience, too, just to spite all of you. Yeah, you know, a good spite vote, I think, is healthy. You know, throw a few spite votes out there. I love you, Neutral Milk Hotel. Starting the poll, Death Grips is 1, Pest Sounds is 2. This is a tough one, personally. I mean, of course, like some people would say that it's psychotic to say this is a tough one. But for me personally, I do think this is a tough one. I love both records to death, but it seems like the classic status of Pet Sounds is bulletproof. Cannot be touched. Silverchair versus Typo Negative. I have a feeling where this is going to go, but, you know, let's just run it anyway. We got to run it either way, just to be fair. All right, it's going to Typo Negative. Yeah, there's maybe one head-to-head on the left side that felt maybe a little too wonky. Gorillas 1, Quedeca 2. That's just nonsense. Easy, go easy on Quedeca, Jesus Christ. Eric B and Rakim or Neutral Milk Hotel. Eric B is 1 and Neutral Milk Hotel is 2. How are you picking between Paid in Full and In the Aeroplane Over the Sea? Yes, Pest Sounds, and Typo. Okay, it's a brutal split. Oh, who thought Typo Negative would end this brutally? Come on, think about it. Who's sexier? Is it Brian Wilson or Peter Steele? Gorillaz is 1, Neutral Milk Hotel is 2. Going more toward Neutral Milk Hotel, and I gotta say I agree. Number 1, Pest Sounds. 2, Aeroplane. Let's see who wins the right side. Who's it gonna be? What's the best Green album? Yeah, I had a feeling Pest Sounds was gonna win. It's Sloop John. It's God Only Knows. It's Wouldn't It Be Nice, man? It's everything. I feel like this is a generational head-to-head, because I feel like Brad is the Pet Sounds of the 2020s. Both perfect records in their respective fields. Oh, come on, man. You know, I can respect a Pet Sounds win, but you tell me Brat's going to go down with 32%? Brat's going to go down with just 32% of the vote. Oh, no. Oh, no, I lied. I'm using veto power. Brat wins. Brat. Yeah, Brat supremacy. Oh, my God. Brat's number 1. Brat wins. I can't believe Brat won with all the power in the world. Whoa. Oh, my God. Good job. Good job winning, Charlie. What do you think about your win? Oh, I'm Charlie XCX, and I won because my album's so good. There you go. Wow, I can't believe Brat won like that. That's great. Whoa, crazy. Totally unforeseen W there. Congratulations to Al Jardine and all of the Beach Boys on their Pet Sounds win. Way to go, Pests. Really, no question. One of the best Green albums of all time. Potentially the best Green album of all time. And, you know, I mean, were this album dominated by another color in its top 5th, it could be, you know, the best color of that color category, but it was chosen to be green, so it's a Green album. So there you go. Winning Green album, y'all. Thank you very much for being here, making this a fun bracket stream, and being engaging, being funny, being all around good, cool people. Brackets missing Dope Smoker. Dope Smoker could have been a green. That's true. Say bye to YouTube. Say hi to YouTube.